welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video to go along with the new blog post that I posted called Things to Do in Fort Lauderdale. And today I'm going to be talking about the Jungle Queen Riverboat. Christmas 2016, my mom surprised me and my sister with tickets to go on the Jungle Queen Riverboat. And when she first told me about it, she called it a dinner cruise. So I thought that we were going to be eating dinner on the boat and just cruising up the inlet. I didn't really know what to expect, but it was so much more than that. So we drove to Fort Lauderdale from my mom's city, and it only took about maybe a little less than an hour. We parked at a hotel and it was across the street from the beach, but we didn't really get to go to the beach, but we could see it from where we parked. And when you get there, you stand in line and you hand them your tickets, and before you get on the boat they take pictures of you. Now the pictures do cost $20 if you want them to print it for you, and they're actually really good quality. We didn't get it, but I wanted to, but we just didn't do it that time. But we got to see the picture and it was really nice. So when we got on the boat, we went to the top floor. We wanted to sit at the top. Unfortunately, the first time around we didn't get to sit by the windows, but we could see pretty well. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't a bad thing that we didn't get like right at the edge. So we started to go. We had a really funny cruise director. He pretty much told us about all the sights that we were seeing. So as you go up the inlet, you start to see these gorgeous houses. They're gorgeous. They're pretty much mansions.
Up with a white yacht sitting right there. That house is owned by a guy that made all his money selling dog food and kitty litter.
And it's all of these people that have a lot of money. They have these houses along the water. A lot of them were decked out for Christmas. And it was really funny because the cruise director talked about it like it was no big deal. Like, oh, this guy owns a $1 million house, but he's considered the broke dude of the neighborhood. And it was really cool to see all the houses that were either in construction, or there were so many houses for sale, and they were about a couple $1 million. They were really expensive. So yeah, we sailed up the river. We saw some really nice houses. We saw lots of boats. There were people outside of their homes or in their homes, and they always wave at you when they see the boat go by. So that was really fun. We occasionally came to these drawbridges, and they were all operated by Mr. Johnson. And it was really funny because every time we came up, the cruise director would say, and we're going to give a shout out to our drawbridge operator, and you guessed it, his name is Mr. Johnson. And they were all related, so I thought that that was really cool. And I think there was one guy that wasn't a Mr. Johnson, but he was still related to the Johnson. The yachts, guys. The yachts were huge. We actually drove up close to them, and the video doesn't know justice how big these yachts were.
In the back over there are more yachts on dry dock. See them back in there? I'll try to light up a bunch of them. There's some.
And to think that like people actually have bigger ones. And it's funny because the cruise director, he said something about this is the poor man's yacht, and the yacht was bigger than the boat that we were on, which holds like probably 200 people. So it was crazy to see those yachts up close, and I was also like thinking about it like, I might want to have a yacht party. I wonder how much it costs to rent a yacht out. Yeah, that's far. That's way in the future. The boat has an open bar on the top floor in the back, so that was, I didn't get to do it that time, but I thought that that was very nice to have for like the people that are of age that got to do that. So we finally docked, and when we stepped off the boat, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe it, but I mean I'll insert videos and stuff, but it was like a party. It was like a lit up jungle. You go under these huts and they're all lit up, and you're following everybody into this huge dining hall. They have these long tables, and when you get there, there's lots of waiters and waitresses, and they show you where to sit. They actually seat you based on how many people you have. So we were lucky enough to get seated by a really fun family. I think they were doing ladies' night out, and they were just hilarious. They were just enjoying life, taking lots of videos, making lots of jokes, and just laughing and dancing the whole time. Almost immediately, as soon as you sit down, they start serving you food, and I had to not be cute because it was just so much food and it was so good. I'm about to be so uncute right now. They had ribs and they were falling off the bone. They were barbecue. You had barbecue chicken. You had baked beans. You had potato wedges. You had rolls. You had sweet tea. You had water. It was so much food. Oh, you had shrimp. How can I forget the shrimp? It was lots of shrimp. It was regular and spicy, and the spicy was so good. We ate too much. But yeah, they just bring the food out. You're sharing with everybody on the table. So everybody gets their share. The plates are empty. Then the waiters bring more food. Or they'll come up specifically to you and say, hey, do you want more of this? And they'll just bring random things out. So that was really cool to have like all this unlimited food. Like, obviously it's not free, you paid for it, but it's unlimited and it's a lot of food. So we ate. While you eat, there is entertainment. There was a really great singer. She was singing jazz and she had a nice band to back her up. So she entertained us the whole night. There was another guy that ended up singing too, and he sang Stand By Me. I won't cry. Throughout the night, they would dedicate certain songs to married couples. They would ask, how many of you are married? How long have you been married? And they dedicated it to the person who was married the longest. And I think they were actually celebrating their anniversary too. So that was really cool, and it was really sweet of them to do that. After we were done eating, we decided to go outside and explore because they had like a little mini zoo. They had some animals there. We saw some owls. We saw, I think they had some parrots. They had lots of birds. And of course, my sister decides to owl call and disturb the animals.
Ooh, the owl.
Mia, stop. They had monkeys. They also had alligators. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I go to Florida, it is my goal to see an alligator. I have to see one every time. And so I was so happy that they had alligators. They had 2 of them, and it was like in this little circular pond. I'm not even sure how the alligators have not escaped it, because there's no way that they could stay in that. If they wanted to get out, they could, but it was really cool to see them. They were really long too. They didn't move though. I kind of wanted to see them move and like get into the water and swim, but they didn't do that. So yeah, that was the main thing that I wanted to see, was an alligator, and I was so happy I got to see one. After we got through exploring, we just walked around. They had a show for us. They have a little mini amphitheater, and they had a magician. And it was really cool because he brought some kids up on stage to help him out, and they were really excited. And he was also funny too. So I think he was like a magician / comedian. Also, they had 2 comedians afterwards, and I call him the tap dancing comedian because I don't remember his name, but he was hilarious. He reminded me of Mr. Brown from the Tyler Perry movies. The way he screams, like he could do the high-pitched screams like Mr. Brown. So he probably was my favorite comedian out of all 3 of them, just because, you know, he had us laughing, falling over our seats, everybody laughing. And after the comedians were done, they had a hula fire dance show. You guys, I was so excited that they had the fire dancers. Back in Christmas 2015, we went to this thing called it was called Christmas in Hawaii. This happened in Florida. My mom took us to that too. And they were supposed to have the hula dancers. Well, they had the hula dancers. They were supposed to have fire dancers. And it didn't work out because I think it was a little too windy that day. And you know how that would happen if they would have went on with the show. So we didn't get to see them. And it just made me super excited to see them at Jungle Queen, because we didn't get to see them the last time, and they were amazing. And I was just looking at them like, how are you doing that? How are you not dropping the fire? How are you not getting burned? How are you not burning the stage down right now?
You like fire? I do. You like fire? Can you see, Robert? Robert, you want to come up here? Mommy, can you see the fire? Can you see the pictures in the corner like all these products? Our fire.
Yeah, so after the show was over, me and my sister and my mom, we hurried back to the boat because we wanted to get a good seat so that we could see all the things like up close this time. So we got some great seats. We were some of the first on the boat. On the way back to the original dock, it's really relaxing. Like the first time is kind of like you have a tour guide and he's showing you all these things, and he's very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable about all the properties, the owners that live there, and he's really funny, so he makes it really interesting and fun. But on the way back, they don't do that. You're just listening to some jazz music that they have going on in the speakers, and it's just really quiet. It's dark outside, the water's calm, so it was really relaxing. And you just have like, you know, people talking in the background. Sister and we kept joking, but we were also low-key serious about these lifestyles that people get to live, and we just kept saying, okay, we have a lot of work to do when we get back home. We got to make sure that when we get older, we get to live this lifestyle. Like, even if we don't buy a house on the river, like if we want to, that we would be able to buy a house on the river and just like be able to vacation whenever we want, because, you know, we work hard and, you know, we would like to play hard too. We do, but it just makes you realize that like this might be something that you want, and it makes you want to go home and work harder to build your empire, to build your businesses, build your bank account, just so you can like bring your family to do so many fun things like that. I really recommend the Jungle Queen to anybody who's in Fort Lauderdale. It was so fun, and you get to sit by all these people that are here to do the same thing as you. Everybody's getting along. It's a party, and you just like have one thing in common, and it's that you guys want to enjoy yourself for the night. And everything was perfect. The boat ride was perfect, no flaws, nothing. The food was perfect. The shows were perfect. They were very entertaining, and then just the ride back was relaxing. This is probably one of my most favorite things that I've gotten to do with my mom and sister in a while, and I'm glad that we got to experience that together for the first time. So yeah, I definitely will be doing that again, you know, whenever I go back to Fort Lauderdale, and it'll be a great time. So yeah, I really do recommend visiting the Jungle Queen and taking the ride, and going to the shows and eating all the food. It's probably one of the best things that I've done, probably the highlight of 2016. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please click the link in the bio to go read my blog post about the Jungle Queen. I also wrote about this, and this video goes along with the post. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!